Hello, I am Stephanie, and today I want to just talk about Mayor de Blasio, and then we're going to talk about different things quickly. So I'm going to write a comment. You may comment on my Facebook page. So you can comment on my Facebook page, and please follow me on Twitter or on Instagram. Let me talk about what I'm going to talk about quickly today. Of course, what do we want to read? We want to read. This is Stephanie. So I love reading. Michael Jordan steakhouses are in the states of Illinois, Connecticut, and Washington. The steakhouse in Illinois is not in a casino. On my website, intelligentluxurymagazine.com, there are links to Mr. Michael Jordan's restaurants websites, as well as a link to Mr. Bob Johnson's Mercedes-Benz automobile dealership website in Alabama. And there's also a link to his hotel portfolio, RLJ Lodging Trust. So Michael Jordan, he owns a golf course, and it's called Grove 23. Membership is by invitation only. And Michael Jordan promotes the Jordan brand. Michael Jordan owns the Michael Jordan Team 23 Nissan automobile dealership. He also sponsors the Novant Michael Jordan Family Clinic. So all that information, you can look for that information on my website. That information, all this information is on my website, intelligentluxurymagazine.com. And U.S. Food Chef Store is on 3304 Eastway Drive in Charlotte, North Carolina, for people who own restaurants. And further information about Mercedes-Benz is available on mercedesbenz.com. Please visit the metmuseum.org for more information about the Met Museum and the Metropolitan Opera. The Metropolitan Opera is not on the Met Museum. However, Leontyne Price, there's a two CD CD available. It's Leontyne Price at the Met. I listened to it on my Google smart speaker. Beautiful opera. Leontyne Price at the Met, the Metropolitan Opera. So the Metropolitan Opera, I saw, I think it was Beloved at the opera with Toni Morrison. So Toni Morrison was at the Met. And, I saw that actually through a library. Through a library, had tickets. And they had an opera. And I believe it was Beloved. It's really great that a lot of your local libraries have programs. They have opera readings. Sometimes actors have readings. Oh, God. And then concerts. So it was really, really great to see the opera. It wasn't Beloved. It was Margaret Garner, who was one of the characters in Beloved. So I apologize for that. But that was a great program, and I thank the library for letting me go to that opera. It was different. It was sung in English, so it was very different. And also, Porgy and Bess is is an opera that I've often watched on DVD from a library. A lot of libraries allow you to borrow DVDs, as you already know, and you're able to watch Porgy and Bess, the opera. Watch Carmen with Dorothy Dorothy Dandridge and Harry Belafonte. All great movies. If you ever see some of the old movies, you can borrow them at the library. So let me tell you about Porgy and Bess at the Met Opera this year. I'm actually listening to it right now. Leontine Price singing at the Metropolitan Opera. My Google device. You can't hear it, but it's very low. But if you haven't seen Porgy and Bess, watch it. It's really good, and it's a really good opera. Let me tell you, on the website, they have Act 1. Let me read. It's a synopsis of Act 1. Let me read it to you. Catfish Row, a tenement neighborhood of Charleston, South Carolina in the 1920s. The inhabitants of Catfish Row are relaxing after a day's work. Clara sings a lullaby to her baby. So that's the synopsis of Act 1. You can read the entire synopsis if you want to. If you don't want to, you can just go and see the show. It's written by George Gershwin, Du Bois, and Dorothy Hayward, and Ira Gershwin. It's sung in English, and they have titles in English, German, and Spanish. So that was the synopsis was printed courtesy of the English National Opera. So that's the synopsis of Porgy and Bess. I don't know if they're still showing. Maybe they have a DVD for the opera. You can go to metopera.org for more information. Right now, you can buy tickets to the on-demand concert for Renee Fleming live in concert, Roberto Alagna, Elise Davidson live in concert, Lice, I should say, Lice, and all these stars in concert. Oh, so I think you could see Porgy and Bess on demand, on Met Opera on demand. They have a catalog of 700 complete performances, and that's on metopera.org. This is different than the Metropolitan Museum of Art, which is the other Met. So you can watch this on your computer, tablet, mobile phone, or TV for $14.99 a month, or some other rates. It'd be good for y'all to watch. So thank you, Metropolitan, the Metropolitan Opera. It's a beautiful place to watch an opera. Mayor de Blasio. I listened to Mayor Blasio talk today, and to the media. So thank him. I thank him for talking to the media, and it's about making the city great again. He said a lot of discussion about eviction protection. If you know anyone that needs eviction protection, small business commercial lease plan. If you know any small businesses that are need to pay their lease. He also talked to Mr. Doris. Uh, he talked about the challenges and the commercial lease plan. And then they also discussed the the New York the New York Jobs CEO Council. For 30 of the largest employers of New York are are able to give New Yorkers jobs by 2030, and they're trying to give uh, about 25,000 CUNY students jobs. So that's the New York Job CEO Council. So Google that if you're looking for a job. New York Job CEO Council, see if they can help you if you're a SUNY student. Today, I also listened to Mr. Stevens, Mr. R.T. Stevens. He's one of the CMOs of 4-H. 4-H, I think I was in 4-H, actually. And it's so interesting. I work for this company called Project Porchlight, where they were introducing, they were promoting fluorescent light bulbs to people to save energy in New Jersey. And I actually was at a 4-H event. It was a beautiful 4-H event somewhere, maybe in Morris County, maybe Sullivan County, maybe Sussex. No, I didn't want to say Sullivan. I wanted to say Sussex. Maybe somewhere out there, we were handing out free light bulbs to people. And it was so much interesting. They had a beautiful, it was in an airport. So I didn't get a chance to Mr. Steve. Sorry, I was listening to the mayor and doing some other things, and I missed some of the session. But most of the session that I saw was really interesting. And he talked about promoting nonprofits. So it's a session, it was a virtual conference by the American Marketing Association, and one has started now. It's going on all day today, tomorrow, and I think the day after. And it's the AMA Virtual Conference, Nonprofit and Cause Marketing. So I was really interested in nonprofit marketing, especially when I was a volunteer for the NAACP, although I'm a lifetime member. So 4-H, I believe, was at this airport. Uh, It wasn't at an airport. It was at a 4-H fair. It was some type of fair. I'm sorry. The airport was something else. I think I had to set up for the airport that day. But I never. The airport has a balloon festival. If y'all have been to balloon festival, which I missed. I missed the balloon festival. I always wanted to go to the hot air balloon festival. Maybe one day I'll go. But it's usually out in some airport in New Jersey. Uh, so anyway, thank you 4-H for all this advice about nonprofit and cause marketing. Looks like he's doing an excellent job marketing 4-H for people. 4-H, if you want to know, let me show you. Let me get the mission of the 4-H. I think I was in 4-H when I was little. I was also a Girl Scout. I don't know. Do I remember everything I did in 4-H? If anyone at 4-H can tell me what I did at 4-H, that would help me. Let me tell you, my mom always told me you have to keep busy. That helps, huh? So I know they need volunteers probably and more donate to 4-H. So it's 4-H.org. That's a great promotion. Talent is everywhere. Opportunity is not. Help 4-H provide equal hashtag opportunity for all kids, no matter their circumstances. So that's good. So let me tell you about 4-H. Y'all donate to 4-H. It's so important. Right now, AXO is going on with the NAACP. So right now, you can log online and see some AXO. Let me tell you about AXO. The children who participate in the AXO scientific, what is AXO arts? I have to Google AXO is technical. It's something with science arts. The kids compete in different types of competitions. So I always forget the meaning of the acronym. In 4-H, we believe in the power of young people, they said, and they want to see that every child has valuable strengths and real influence to improve the world around them. What is 4-H? 4-H is delivered by Cooperative Extension, a community of more than 100 public universities across the nation that provides experiences where young people learn by doing. For more than 100 years, 4-H has welcomed young people of all beliefs and backgrounds, giving kids a voice to express who they are and how they make their lives and communities better. Through life-changing 4-H programs, nearly 6 million kids and teens have taken on critical societal issues, such as addressing community health engaging in civil discourse, and advocating for equity and inclusion for all. So the National Reach local programs for kids and 4-H programs, kids and teens complete hands-on projects in areas like health, science, agriculture, civic engagement, in a positive environment where they receive guidance from adult mentors and are encouraged to take a proactive leadership roles. Kids experience 4-H in every county and parish in the country. through in-school and after-school programs and school and community clubs and 4-H camps. 4-H's reach and in depth are unmatched. Kids in every corner of America, from urban neighborhoods to suburban schoolyards to rural farming communities. The 4-H's network of 500,000 volunteers and 3,500 4-H professionals provides caring and supportive mentoring to all 6 million 4-Hers, helping them grow into true leaders today and in life. So they have a great how 4-H works, a 4-H way, 4-H community, and 4-H program, all on the website 4-H.org. And so then Mr. R.T. Stevens, he spoke about the different programs, he spoke about how to promote a nonprofit. And what I really thought was interesting is the part that I saw talk about discipline, the discipline, and also alignment and fundraising. Having programs that are also simultaneously with fundraising. So I know that um, and then measuring the outcomes. Yeah, he talked about measuring the outcomes of campaigns through your social media, through and measuring long term growth. He talked about having a brand dashboard, which I thought was a good phrase, a brand dashboard, and then again, social media engagement and what's the best way to get feedback. He talked about locally starting inside with your board and using your board to promote. I've always had an issue with selling tickets. I wonder if my ticket prices is it the ticket price, is it the content of the program? What's the issue when I'm hosting my literary events? So I'm thinking about that now, like changing the locale of my event. I think that there was a lot of issues with the locale of the nonprofit, but not the content or the volunteers or the place. But then I like everyone likes the place, but the place might not be have enough space to accommodate people who need to drive and also to accommodate the interests of the public of certain programs. So it's a big debate that we're having that we had about the literary events that we had at a nonprofit, a library. So I still want to benefit maybe more than one libraries that need it. Maybe our library doesn't need it because we're in a suburban area that's almost wealthy. So this is just things that I'm not kicking out, discussing, thinking about right now. So having it off-site if a place doesn't have enough parking, and if a place doesn't have enough space, doesn't have a theater. But then another option is a place that's farther away. I thought that by having it locally at a small place, that more people who weren't used to attending literary events would attend, especially if it's close to a housing project where I thought the people would be interested in some of the content. But then also there was a big debate about the content, versus does violent content mean violence, or were the books that we chose books that were actually violent, but really showing violence in the terms uh, of giving a warning about narcotic addiction leading to violence. So that's a big debate. That's a big debate that we all have. So maybe we could just stick to nothing, exclude those type of books, and then just focus on literature that excludes violence. If we write about war literature, if we write about Walter Dean Myers, that has violence in it. If we have authors like Walter Dean Myers, he has violence in the army. Is that something that's depressing? Do people want to discuss that in fiction? Do they want to discuss those type of books? So that's about that. So anyway, oh, so anyway, we'll be talking with people too. I want to thank all the sponsors of my Nyack Library, African American author and book fair. So we might have an African American author conference and book fair outside of NIAC to promote, to benefit the NIAC library and all the legal things. I would just have to say whatever I can give after paying for the expenses. And how much do you charge over expenses? If you're a nonprofit, you have to save for income of staff, and after you pay for all the expenses of particular events and programs. And then how much do you charge the staff? Do the staff have to get paid a little bit? I mean, do I walk there and do I have a very poor event and just cover expenses? These are all things that I wanted to just ask advice. Hopefully, I could speak to different people who have planned several different events. Having it at local community colleges is one of the ideas that looks pretty good. Maybe, I don't know. Because they have a lot of parking and a lot of event space, but do we have the money for it? Alright, so I actually need to get on that, telling you all that. So it was great that he was talking about this nonprofit promotion of this board, dealing with boards, uh, dealing with subsidiary nonprofits founded by other people of a nonprofit. It's really interesting. So I'll be talking to y'all soon. I'm getting everything organized, and everything will be all right. But also, not having as many authors might help with the cost, and we'll deal with it that way. So we may still have this event, and then maybe just have it for fun. All right, so that's my idea. I pray to pay or have it somewhere for free. Have it somewhere for free, and then invite a few people. All right, so I'm gonna reserve a room today. All right. It's good to have worked at a library, people. It's good to have worked at a library. Anybody can have an event at a library unless you stalk their employees, and then you probably won't be able to. But you know what? I also uh wanted to promote the Harlem Book Fair, but it's Harlem Month now. It's Harlem Month now, and it's Harlem Month, and that's a great place where they already had the Harlem Book Fair. Sorry, people. Did y'all see me? So at the other book fairs, we have Victoria Christopher Murray, great author, and we also had Victoria Christopher Murray, and that's about that. We wanted to have different people like Toni Morrison speak, and I don't know if we have that now. I hope she saw the teen room. What happens to an event after you leave? It is still, every library has a book fair and an event, so anybody can organize it. Isn't that a blessing? All right. The National Book Fair is this month, and I pray to go to that. That's in Washington D.C. I pray to go to that, and I think that was First Lady Barbara, not Barbara Bush, excuse me, First Lady Laura Bush, who was a librarian. She helps with that event. My calendar is loading. My script is loading. That's why I was chit chatting, y'all. So the president today, I'm wearing a Walmart shirt. Y'all see it? Walmart, Walmart, Walmart. It's a luxury to be in budget. You have to stick to your budget. So I choose to spend more money on fuel, gas, hair products, books, and maybe not as much on clothes. No, I'm just joking. Clothes are everywhere. Walmart has some nice clothes. Look at this shirt. This shirt's a nice shirt. How it's tied. Y'all can see it. So that's what Mayor DeBlasio is talking about. If y'all are in New York City, and Janelle, Mr. Janelle, I'll call him first name. I'll call him by his first name. 188-SBS-4NYC is the number if you have a New York City business that needs help with your lease. Having trouble paying that lease. He talked about the indicators. This is a good study of epidemics, of epidemiology. And he said, a couple of admitted cases, a couple of ICU testing, if you're not interested in that. So my editorial calendar is meteorology. It's hot. We're close to the sun. What's going on with the wind? I always wonder about the wind. What creates the wind? Is it the ocean? Is it the spinning of the earth? Is it gravity? Is it the spinning of the earth? Is it the gravity that creates the ocean? What's creating the wind? Is the ocean, the gravity? Is it gravity, the moon, and the tides that create the wind? That's what I'm doing research about right now. So that's in our, let me tell you what's in our August editorial comments. Because after writing my script, do I even have time to make my little my e-magazine? I think I'll start. So the president, and the vice president today are going to talk to cops for a Trump event somewhere in Arizona. So that's Public Enemy. By the time I get to Arizona, that's a good song to listen to. And then the vice president delivers remarks at the Latter-day Saints for Trump. Hello, all the Latter-day Saints. I used to go to a Latter-day Saints camp. Very interesting to study theology in the Latter-day Saints and how they practice polygamy, and now they don't really. Most of them don't practice polygamy. It's just a sect. So let's talk a lot of great questions asked by CBS, Bloomberg, The Post, and you can read those or watch those news outlets in order to get the answers. Very interesting, very interesting, very interesting, very interesting. They talked about, of course, these schools, and it was a really big debate between the mayor and the press about how many parents want their kids to go back to school. I know when I babysat, I want them kids to go back to school. Go to school. Keep busy. Learn. Read. So then, the devil is a liar, ain't that? So today I was watching Mr. Not Mr. Who was I watching? Let me get this correct here. He has a nice Indian name, maybe Pakistani, maybe Indian. I wonder if he cooks. I'm always looking to try different chicken tikka masala, pakoras, sag paneer, a chickpea masala. Now is my good chicken and chickpeas masala with fiber with lemon rice. So Mr. Narayan, Mr. Narayan, CEO Narayan, Indian American business executive. In this Joy of Cooking book, which my mom was so nice to purchase for me, they have a lemon rice recipe, and my mom and I love lemon rice. And the lemon rice recipe, and they have chicken tikka masala. So I'm always looking for people to cook. My mom had friends, Indian friends, and they always used to send me a plate from the hospital, and they eat food. I don't know where she is now, but we're always looking for Indian food. So if you know of any good recipes or restaurants, let us know. So that was, we covered Mr. R.T. Stevens and the 4-H and what it's about. Just a program for teens. And y'all can go to f4-h.org for information about that. And the mayor spoke. And what's really interesting is that the American Marketing Association is using onlineexperiences.com. It works pretty well. It has a little chat area. You can pull up your slides like Facebook Live, like Zoom. You do have to pay for Zoom. I'm sure you probably have to pay for online experiences. And my script. So that was the vice president and president. We're going to talk to the sheriffs today. How do you deal with people who stalk you? I wonder if I could speak to the sheriff about that. Cyber stalking, online stalking, and people hacking. If you're a small business, hacking your business accounts if you're a small business person. So I graduated from Temple University. Maybe I'll talk to some of my friends if they know anything about cybersecurity. University of Pennsylvania is in West Philadelphia. Temple University is in Philadelphia too. And those are great schools that you can go to. There's Drexel, Villanova's near Philadelphia, and St. John's is in Philadelphia as well as LaSalle. Great place to eat cheesesteaks in Philadelphia as a student. I know I probably eat cheesesteak every day from wherever we eat our cheesesteaks. So that was fun. Union Square Hospitality Group. Great food in Philadelphia too. Great food. So I Gorman Jewelers in DC. So maybe President Trump can go on over there and buy some jewelry for his wife. Hey, hello to y'all in I Gorman Jewelers. Hello. They usually have a trunk show. If y'all go to their trunk show, I Gorman Jewelers. It's a great trunk show. And I plan to stop and visit. I'll visit. I'm better now. Isn't it great? So many people physically and now we can get back. So the Formula One racing. Y'all go to Formula1.com to learn more about Formula One racing. It is luxury automobile racing. And NASCAR, sometimes they let you sponsor and have different events and be a vendor at NASCAR. That's great. It's great to watch NASCAR. I'm into it now. Wanted to tell my softball friend. He works for one of those companies that promote the NASCAR. Oh, I didn't know he was a driver. Was he a driver? No, he's not a driver. All right. So Microsoft, Adobe, and Apple. Like I said, I've used Dreamweaver to edit my websites. It's great that you can copy and paste HTML code and then look at it. So my website is intelligentluxurymagazine.com. But it's great now that all these companies have templates like WordPress. So WordPress has a template that is great for you to use. WordPress.com. You can purchase the template, and of course, it's very inexpensive to purchase a template and design it. And you can use all other types of websites for free software. Usually, you can even have a WordPress.com after your website if you don't want to pay. And then they show ads. So, visit Oregon. Great time of year to visit Oregon, I think. And then, remember, Sandra Crit is a romance author. Remember, there's Random Penguin Random House, Simon & Schuster, HarperCollins, and then Michael Jordan's Restaurant, and then Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hecktown Oaks Construction. Remember to donate to a hospital. So you have hospitals like Lehigh Valley, New York Presbyterian, and then you have Westchester County Medical Health Network, and you have uh, all the hospitals. Remember to donate to your hospital. But also, I wanted to start a program to read the patients who couldn't read. Sometimes you are so tired in the hospital you can't read. You have nothing to hold up your hands as you're reading or stand except for that table. Maybe some stands for people, that go on the table so that the book can stay up and they can read a little bookmark or something like that. So a lot of hospitals sometimes accept donations for books for people to read while they're sick. Because they're sick, they might not want to borrow a book. So that's good. I always wanted to be a candy striper and read to the people at the hospital who are sick, or read the newspaper, read a book. So maybe y'all can volunteer for that duty. I didn't want to say duty job. So I love flowers and watching the river water. Next week is fashion. Next month is Fashion Week. Right now, look for stores. That September issue is going to be out in a few weeks. And Bloomingdale's sells clothing. Please visit Bloomingdale's.com. Please visit LouisVuitton.com for more information. Watch Stephen Colbert from home. Maybe he can get you into Harvard. He probably can't. But anyway, so you going to that Super Bowl? Maybe you can reserve a luxury hotel room today at Embassy Suites Tampa Downtown Convention Center. owned by, in part, Barbara Johnson, a couple other people. I got a lot of money. So what do I want to say? So let me talk about this. So I plan to produce elegant luxury programs. Go to intelligentluxurymagazine.com for more information about my programs. I love watching PBS. And I'm not cooking today. I thought I would cook something from the joy of cooking. Probably not. But I did not. Did I cook today? Apple and prune dressing. That looks good. And that's the recipe and the joy of cooking. And now I have still reading Michael Jordan, The Life. I am at, what am I at? I am, so Michael Jordan, University of North Carolina. I'm at his rookie year, maybe past his rookie year. I'm on the part flight school. Part, I'm reading part 6, flight school. I wanted the book written by him, Drive Within, but that book sort of ran out of that, I think. Uh, so I'm reading this. This is pretty good. Pretty good book about how he was in the Olympics. So that's good. So I'm on page 271. And I bought it on Friday. Not too bad, huh? Not too bad at all. And so I was talking about the Adobe CEO on CNBC interviewed by Mr. Ford. And he talked about creativity and content. How how do y'all create your creativity and content for your websites? Let me know. So I love Free People clothes. I'm a White House correspondent. You know, I like reading the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal. So let's go to the New York Times. My store ran out of the New York Times, but you can subscribe. Maybe I don't want to subscribe. Oh, I'm looking at PBS and they show quartz. Do y'all like my bracelet from Africa? This is from Africa. West Africa. This is from Pandora. West Pandora? So let's talk about the T magazine. So on my website, intelligentluxurymagazine.com's blog, I'm still working with the company to update it. Yet and still. To intelligentluxurymagazine.com, but y'all can read it on Intelligent Luxury Magazine. .blogger.com. So this is great. The New York Times Style Magazine is online, and a different view of Jamaican dancehall. A lot of style in the American, Jamaican dancehall. So I like reading the style edition. This is really interesting. Y'all can go to NewYorkTimes.com and you click on the New York Times Style Magazine on Style Magazine. And then for the book review, you can read the book online. So remember to get tickets to those Bulls games when they are available. I almost want to say, I want to go to an NBA game. I want to sit in the seats with I can wear my mask. It's alright. Y'all want me to wear a mask, right? That's alright. Rage is both black and American by Erin Aubrey Kaplan. I don't feel rage right now. I think she just talks about when do black people feel rage? You know, I feel rage when I can't find an African American author book in a bookstore. I Like when you go to a store and they don't have books by African American authors, Walmart does. Now they do. Walmart, Target. But when I was little, they didn't. That's when I felt rage. Now I don't feel rage anymore. Walmart actually has an African American author book tour, I think. So let's talk about this. The books in the books review and the bestsellers. Let's talk about the bestsellers. Did y'all read it? Got to read, huh? Got to get reading. Reading. So this is the book my man purchased for me. And it talks about, it's interesting. It talks about Nike and the NBA itself would ultimately bear some of the responsibility for the sacrificing of Jordan's private life. So respect Jordan's private life, people. Oh, I'm not on that page. I'm on page 273. Posse time. Posse. Remember that movie Posse? Like Peebles? But there's a guy named Peoples. He owns a hotel. I don't know if I'm related to him. I didn't know. I didn't know. But this is a really well written book. It's a well written book. And the book by Michael Jordan that I downloaded, the sample, very well written. I like reading about how to work hard, how to play hard, how to work hard and play hard. Alrighty then. So now I read that IAC is making a move to invest in the casino MGM, and that was reported by CPExecutive.com, which is a commercial property magazine. And that looks interesting. And if you leasing space in MGM or commercial property, so I know Wolfgang Puck has a great restaurant, and so does Emerald. Emerald's not in. Wait. Wolfgang Puck is in Caesars or Bellagio. Yeah, really good chicken. I thought that was good. Are y'all investing in Simon Property Group? These are companies that are REITs. REIT and my pre. I better mention the pre that's on the board of Temple University, right? That pre. And then today I was looking at Fanatics.com. Fanatics sells apparel and accessories for sports fans. And DKNY has apparel for LA Dodger fans. You can wear that with your CJ by Cookie denim pants. And so at Formula1.com and the PGA Tour. So I think tomorrow new golf event starts. Are y'all interested in golfing? Hello to the lady that owns that African American Golfers magazine. Uh, Sometimes I get information from her website. So she's a lady that golfs, and I wonder if it'd be good for me to golf. Good place to walk safely, Instead of walking in a park alone, you can walk on the golf course. To golf. I probably won't get a membership to golf. Grove 23, gotta make money, right? I ain't paying for those. I would pay. So now the PGA Tour. Let's talk about this PGA Tour, man. As my computer. So not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. We'll talk about the championship. Go to PGAtour.com. The Wyndham Championship. Wyndham Hotels. Do you own a franchise? That's managed by the Wyndham Hotel. Let me know. And remember to read the Miami Marlins website, Marlins.com. I think that they play two. Did I play today? Let's see. Operates. I'm whispering like a golf reporter. It's Tiger Woods. Ah, donate to what foundation? So donate to the Turn 2 Foundation? They just made me say that. Because they're haters. I think their dinner is going to be this winter. The Turn 2 Foundation. And thank them for for helping me in the past. However, besides they went event. Did they? Probably not. Thank you for being there helping the kids. I don't think they helped me. I don't know. If they did, thank you. If they didn't, nothing. And today, maybe, I don't know about Ben and Jerry's. I think I'm gonna have Ben and Jerry's ice cream tonight, tomorrow, today. Today, the Miami Marlins are going to play at the Blue Jays. So go to marlins.com for more information about that. If you want to watch any game, go to MLB.com to tell you how to order that cable channel where you can watch all the games or all of your favorite teams' games, most of them, most of your favorite teams, or most of them. That's that. So I think I went through what I needed to go through in order to tell you what I wanted you all to know. Remember, purchase that Michael Jordan The Life if you can pay for it. It's by Roland, not Ronald, but Roland Lazenby. And The Joy of Cooking is by Irma. Irma, Ron Bauer, Marion, Ron Bauer Becker, Ethan Becker, John Becker, and Megan Scott. Thought Marion was a woman and was not. I apologize. Cookbook is great. That Scampi was great. Thank you for watching.